What's up guys, it's Mike, the Smokin Monkey. Welcome back or to the channel, and today I've got a video for you guys for everybody that is new to off-roading or just starting out or wants to start out and take their vehicle off-road. Because of the comments, I've noticed a lot of you guys have been asking if your stock rigs will be able to handle a few of these trails that I've been posting, and definitely they will be. Any trail that I've posted so far is stock friendly. You just have to be able to mind your line a little bit better, make sure that you just take it easy and don't try anything too nuts, because there is always some obstacles that your vehicle won't be able to handle, but usually there's a way around it. There's a bypass or something like that. So definitely, if you guys have a stock vehicle, tread lightly, go out there with a group of people, obviously, so that if you get stuck or anything happens, you're not out there by yourself. But definitely, if you have a stock vehicle, you can make it on almost any trail that I've posted. So check out all my trail videos, and there's a playlist if you guys want. But honestly, go out there and just try it, have some fun, and just enjoy yourself and take your vehicle and test its limits. But today's video is basically for everybody that has a stock vehicle and wants to take it off-road and doesn't know what they need or if it'll be able to handle the terrain. Now, a little bit of background. When I started, I bought my Jeep, this Jeep that we're in right now, about a year and a half ago, and I just started taking it off-road and modding it. I wanted to start going off-roading. I didn't really know anybody that had a Jeep. I didn't know anybody that was off-roading, so I basically went and just bought one and started going at it. So I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot the hard way, and I've learned a little bit from people that I know that I off-road with. So I'm here to share my experience with you guys. By no means am I saying that I'm an expert or that I know everything, but hopefully what I know will help you guys on your journey and get you guys a little bit more prepared. Because definitely, if I watched a video like this last year before I started, I wouldn't have gotten in as much trouble. So let's take a look at exactly what you will need when you're off-roading a stock vehicle and exactly how to do it properly. If you guys are looking to off-road a stock vehicle, whether it be a 20-year-old Jeep like mine, or it is a brand new Jeep, a brand new Tacoma, Silverado, Ram, F-150, whatever it may be, Ford Ranger, anything that you guys want to take out there, just be ready to go out and just have everything you need with you. Try to bring as much supplies as you can, so that when you're out there, you don't get into a jam where you can't really get yourself out of something. If you don't have a tow strap, or you don't have food or water, or just things like that, simple things. So basically, what I'm going to go over today isn't really as much things that you need on your vehicle. It's more things you should be bringing with you when you go to the trail, so that you're more prepared and you're ready to actually face all kinds of different situations and whatever may come up. Because believe me, the number one rule when you go out off-roading is be ready for anything, because anything can happen. You can go out there and you can have a great day. You can go out there and you can come home in a taxi and not have a vehicle. Trust me, anything can happen out there. Cross my fingers that none of that shit happens to you guys, and it's always good. But believe me, anything can happen. So that's why I always say be ready for anything. Now, the one thing that you will need on your vehicle are actually two things. I'm going to say two things that you need on your vehicle before you go off-roading are: one, good tires. And no, you do not need something as aggressive and as beefy as these. These are definitely a lot more substantial and a lot more aggressive than what you will probably have on your daily drivers or on your stock Jeeps or stock rigs. But definitely, you guys do want to have something a little bit better than a street tire. So you don't want to be going out there with something that looks kind of like this. I know it's a little hard to see in here, but it's more of a street tire. If you have something that doesn't have the proper siping, if you don't have the proper pattern, then you're gonna have a lot of hard time, especially if it gets wet or if you hit any kind of mud or anything like that. So definitely, I would suggest getting yourself some decent tires. They don't need to be anything crazy. Maybe some all-terrains. If you guys have mud terrains, even better. But definitely get yourself some good tires before you head out on the trail. The second thing that I will mention is make sure you have recovery points. And believe me, so many people go out without recovery points. Get yourself some tow hooks, either the stock ones like I have. These are just factory hooks that came with the TJ. Or if you do not have tow hooks, as I do not have on the back yet because I still need to get myself a new bumper, what you can do is get yourself some sort of a strap or something like a soft shackle, which I'll show you guys in a moment, that can fit around your frame rail. You don't want to pull anything by your actual bumpers because you will bend them, you will twist them, or you will pull them right off of your vehicle. And nobody wants that. So what I recommend is getting yourself a soft shackle. Now, these are great. You can stick these around a lot of different places, just about anywhere that it'll fit. And the reason that I would say to get one of these is it will basically save you from damaging your Jeep. If you're going to be pulling metal on metal or strap on metal, you might have something like this happen. This was from the previous owner. They were pulling somebody out. They put a strap around there. They thought it would be stronger than the bumper, and they were wrong. So I will be replacing this with new metal. I will be getting myself a totally new piece of metal for the cross member here, and a new bumper with recovery points. But if you have a soft shackle, this basically latches onto itself, tightens up, and creates a D-ring, or basically the same thing as a D-ring but a soft version. And what you can do is slip these either in between your frame rail. You can slip them in between your frame rail on the side if you need to get pulled sideways for whatever reason, or you can even stick them in the front. Same thing, here's my frame rail. I can loop this around there and I can get a good point to actually latch onto and put a strap and get myself pulled out of whatever it may be that I'm stuck in. And the second use that I have for these is they are great grab handles. And as you can see here, all you got to do is, if you have a Jeep, loop it through your roll bar, get it in there, and now you have a nice handle. And you can move your handle anywhere you need to. You can put it in the front, in the middle, you can move it right to the back if you don't want to use it, and tuck it away. You can see I have one on this side and one on this side. These will hold up to 35,000 pounds depending on what size you get. So definitely I would recommend picking these up. I do have a link in the description of the video below if you guys want to check these out. They are on Amazon. They're probably like 40 or 50 bucks, not too expensive, but they will save you in a lot of sticky situations. Now for the next part of my video, I will show you guys basically what I carry around. But the next thing that you will need that ties in with your recovery points and your soft shackle is toe straps. Now you can see I've got a few different straps in here. These are all in bags just to keep them clean and keep all the dirt and stuff inside, so that if you do use it in a muddy situation or a dirty situation, you can stick it back in the bag, keep all that dirt contained, get it home, clean it, and whatever else. Now I have a toe strap and a tree saver, so that if you do need to latch around the tree, you don't have any kind of issues there. I do have a chain just in case you do need to use a chain for whatever reason. But make sure you guys get yourselves at least a tow rope or a tow strap, one or the other, just so that if you get stuck, you can latch onto another vehicle, they could pull you out, and you can actually go and get yourself off the trail and not be stuck. However, sometimes you do get stuck and sometimes things happen. So it is good to always keep a first aid kit. I would recommend keeping a first aid kit even if you don't go off-roading. Always have one in your vehicle because you never know. But if you guys are heading out into the countryside, into the forest, out into basically outside of civilization, make sure you bring one of these. And the next thing that you should always bring is food and water. Now I say food and water because even if you plan to go out for a trip and you think, oh, I'll be on the trail for an hour or 2 hours, things change and things come up, and basically you might be out there for a lot longer than you thought. I've gone out on trips where I thought, yeah, I'll be home for dinner, and I don't get home until midnight. Because you get stuck or someone else gets stuck, you're staying there to help them, or they're helping you, or you're just having a good time and you lose track of time. So bring water, bring food, bring some kind of maybe a blanket even in the back, because if you get stuck, you're going to be sitting there running your vehicle for a long period of time, and if you don't have too much fuel, then definitely you're going to want to have something to keep you warm, because you never know. It does get cold at night, even if it's summertime, especially out in the forest, out up north, you will get cold. If you can, and if you have the ability to, bring a shovel, because it'll help you dig yourself out of some situations, depending on where you're stuck. If you get if you get high centered, you might be able to dig yourself out sometimes. If you get your diff stuck, or if you get maybe just one wheel in the air, you might be able to dig yourself out. Not always, but it's definitely a good help. And an even bigger help is if you do go out there, bring somebody with you. Have a spotter or have someone with you so that if you get stuck, they can push. And I'm being serious right now. Having someone stand on your bumper or push the vehicle or rock the vehicle sometimes helps. And it's also good to have a spotter. If you get stuck or if you're out there and you just don't know what you're looking at or you don't know what is in front of you, because sometimes you can't see exactly what's in front of the vehicle, it's good to have a spotter, somebody to show you, turn your wheel this way, turn your wheel that way, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Basically to help you and to help your vehicle stay in one piece, because nobody wants trail damage, especially when they're still learning and they're still going out there and just having a good time and trying to get the ropes and learn everything. But definitely make sure to bring someone with you and bring other vehicles with you. Don't go out there by yourself. Bring other vehicles. Make sure if you go out there, at least one other person comes with you so that they can pull you out, you can pull them out, just to have that extra support. And if anything happens, you guys can hop in the other vehicle, go get help, come back with parts or whatever it is, because sometimes you got to do repairs on the trail and it's not fun when you're out there by yourself. I've learned the hard way, believe me. The next thing that I would suggest for you guys to bring is a jack. I've got a bottle jack and a few pieces of wood here just in case I need to change a tire, which you should also be bringing. Make sure to bring a spare tire if you have one. If you have a Jeep, it shouldn't be an issue. They're strapped to the back. But if you have a truck, make sure that your tire is there. Make sure it's inflated. Just make sure you have a spare tire, because definitely if you're going to need it, more than likely you're going to need it when you're doing stupid stuff and going off-road. Also, bring yourself a small toolkit. Even if you're not handy, bring yourself something, some pliers, some screwdrivers, a few ratchets, maybe a wrench, just so that you can actually get in there and do whatever you need to do. Maybe you need to disconnect the battery, maybe you need to go and change a tire, maybe you need to go and just whatever it is, something may come loose and you need to just do a quick trail fix to get yourself back rolling. So if you can, bring yourself a small toolkit. I've got a big toolkit. Basically, I have a full socket set, then I have another bag of tools, and I've also got more tools in the back seat. If anything happens, I'm more than likely going to be taking it apart on the trail. I'm more than happy to work on it, but hopefully I don't have to, because nobody likes working on it out there, getting dirty, getting nasty, and laying in the mud. But definitely it's better to have that stuff than not. So if you can, bring a few things. And you can see, even with the tight space that I have, I still managed to fit everything. One of the last things that I will mention to bring is an air pump. Air pump is great even if you're not airing down your tires, because you might get a flat, you might have low pressure, whatever the case may be, and you might want to air down your tires. If you do let the air out of your tires to about 10 or 15 psi, you will get better traction in the dirt, in the mud, and the sand. So it is recommended for you guys to air down. Especially if you have stock tires, it will help, but don't go too low. Don't go anything lower than about 10 psi. Then you risk busting a bead off. If the bead comes off of the rim, you can get it back on the trail if you know what you're doing, but you're gonna have a hard time. That's when your spare tire will come in handy. So definitely, if you are airing down, bring a pump, because it is pain in the ass to go all the way to the gas station, and especially if you are not on mud tires and you're on something like an all-terrain, your sidewalls are not going to be as beefy and they're not going to hold up as well, and driving it on the road is going to be a lot harder than you think. And if you can, bring some fluids. I don't bring too much. I have a little bit of coolant, I have some oil, I've got brake cleaner, and I think I have a few more things in here. I might have some brake fluid. And it's good to have that just in case you are running low on something. Maybe it'll get you to the gas station or get you off the trail, just so that you guys can actually call a tow truck or whatever the case is, and hopefully get your rigs home. Because the last thing that you want is to leave your rig on the trail. And believe me, I've done it. If you don't believe me, there's a video. So trust me, just go out there and be prepared for anything. Make sure you bring everything you can. And even when you're out there, just like I said, be ready for any situation. So guys, that's pretty much it. The last thing, and might be the most important thing that I'll mention, is bring a good attitude. And honestly, it makes a big difference. If you guys get into a shitty situation where things start to break, things start to go wrong, if you have a good attitude, it will definitely save the day, and it will turn things around, not only for you, but for the people helping you. And nobody wants to help someone that is complaining and bitching and moaning. But if you're actually in a positive attitude and thinking about well, things happen and let's just keep moving forward, people will actually gravitate towards that and think, okay, let me help this guy because he seems like he's kind of working towards getting himself out of this situation instead of dwelling in it. And honestly, trust me, I had to work on that too, because at the beginning when I first started going off-roading, it was kind of like, damn, what the hell's going on? Why is all this shit happening? But at the end of it, you have to be ready for it. You have to tell yourself anything can happen. You're going out there and doing things with the vehicle that sometimes the vehicle isn't made for, and sometimes the vehicle isn't ready for. So definitely be ready to just go out there and have a good attitude, take things as they come, and just basically have a good time no matter what happens. So basically, that's it. If you guys have any other pointers or any other questions, drop me a line in the comments section. Let me know what you guys want to know. Let me know if I missed anything, because like I said, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything, but I will help share my opinions and my experience with you guys, and hopefully it'll help you guys on your journey and your just having fun and taking your vehicles off-roading. So guys, if you're new around here, jump down there, hit that subscribe button. If you guys like this video, then definitely let me know what you guys enjoyed and drop me a like, because it helps me out a lot. It helps the YouTube algorithms, and it also helps me know what videos to make for you guys so I can help you guys in the future. And there is a follow-up video for this. I am making a video of everything that will break on your vehicle when you first start taking it off-road. So anything that you should watch out for, anything that you should maybe replace before going off-roading, and just common wear items and things that are gonna break. So definitely, I've replaced a lot of stuff on my Jeep. I've gone through pretty much almost every part on this Jeep, and I can tell you what's gonna break first, what you should watch out for, and what things are just gonna wear out constantly because of off-roading. And believe me, it's not that easy. When you do take your vehicle off-road, it beats it up a lot, and a lot of things get eaten up, and a lot of things just get used up, and you gotta replace them a lot, especially ball joints. But we'll get into that on my next video. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. But once again, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching today. If you guys are new around here, I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, ride safe out there. Peace.